guys, so early in the morning for us in the US, PD Kim actually did a live stream for Cookie Run Kingdom featuring the updates for July, August, as well as September, featuring all of the new stuff that is going to be added, as well as their concepts for the next updates as well. So I actually live streamed this and translated real time during the live stream, so we co-watched it. And I was able to kind of translate and interpret the whole entire live stream. But I did want to make a separate video doing a summary of what is happening, a lot of the information that were given. So let's go into it, and let's start out with the July update first. So a July update is going to have two different parts, and of course, if you guys have watched my previous video talking about the whole trailer and stuff like that, then you will know we do have this July update of Summer Breeze on Starlight Island. All right, and that is going to be featuring 3 new cookies for the month of July, and that is going to be right over here, Marshmallow Bunny. Alright, who is going to be a support rear and going to be a special cookie, which means that you are going to be able to pull this particular cookie inside of the pavilion, just like you were able to for Cream Ferret, Icicle Yeti, as well as Snapdragon. But the thing about the pavilion, because of the fact that now we have increased the number of cookies, as well as in order to make it a little bit easier for people to save up the pools if they want to, they are increasing the maximum amount of tries that you are able to save for the pavilion from 15 to 24, which means that you have essentially increased the amount of times you can not pull and pull at once from 5 to 8 days. So technically, if you don't even log in for a week, you'll still have all your pavilion pulls saved, and you will be able to go and pull for these special cookies. Not 100% too sure if this particular cookie is going to be a safeguard or not yet. So unless there are leaks about it, I don't know about the leaks, but as of right now, we can tell that she is going to be jumping into this portal and then come out from the top, throw a bunch of eggs and stuff, and that is going to be what we have. All right, and the next one is going to be the 2 epic cookies that are coming out in July. All of the Citrus Squad are going to be coming out as an epic cookie. So for those of you guys who are wondering, that is the case. All right, so we're getting Lemon Cookie in the first part of the July update that is coming out tomorrow. All right, and then second half, about 2 weeks after, is going to be when Orange Cookie is released. And then in August, we are going to be getting the first part. I believe Lime is going to be the one, and then Grapefruit is going to be in the second part. All 4 of them are going to be epics, and from what we have heard, they are going to have special probably friendship stories, as well as they are said to have a squad buff, right, if they are all inside of the same team, similar to what we have with like the trio buff from Shadow Milk, Candy Apple, as well as Black Sapphire, and something like the Silver Knight buff where we have with like Elder Fairy, Mercurial Knight, Silver Bell, and things like that. All right, so that is pretty much what we have for the cookies coming out in July. And of course, we do have some special episodes for the Citrus Squad. And we also do have the new island decorating here for us. All right, so the Starlight Island is going to be featuring a small island for you to go and decorate it as you like. We have 2 different ones where you have a freedom to do whatever you want, and then one that is going to be more of a like a memory island thing where you are able to go and use specific themed decors. And then you also do have a recipe where you can literally just copy and paste a preloaded set, which is perfect for someone like me. And a lot of people were talking about quote-unquote affection system. This really is not an affection system. He did directly say that this is going to allow you to have certain cookies that are related to the theme and the decors, to have a part where you're able to increase their I guess heart and their likes. But this is not a complete affection system that we have gotten leaks about. PD Kim did say that the affection system is in work in progress right now and will be finalized and released in a later date. And then next is going to be the special costumes. All right, these are going to be the special costumes for Cream Ferret, Snapdragon, and Icicle Yeti, the 3 special cookies that we already have. The beauty of it is, just like I talked about inside of my previous video, we are going to be getting a free pull every single day, which equates to about 8,400 of extra rainbow cubes that you are able to go and pull for these costumes. So let's see how these are going to be. And then of course the second half of the update, we are going to be getting two new epic costumes which are going to be available inside of the Rainbow Crystal shop. Is going to be Peppermint as well as Caramel Shoes costume. There are going to be something like this right over here where the day and night of the kingdom are going to be changing for the background. I don't know as of right now if this is going to be something that is going to be paid or if it's going to be achievable through events, but we do have it, and I hope to see that it is going to be achievable through events because that is a very, very cool design. And then of course we do have the new crystal gem for our Stormbringer cookie. Honestly, I thought it's going to happen in the later, updates in the summer. So I thought it was going to come out in around August. But they are bringing it with the new July update. And you guys can see that the effects are absolutely super flashy and going to have some, big changes coming along the way. Now, my biggest question is whether that Stormbringer is going to be bringing back some of the old electricity type cookies. As of right now, we have no idea how it's going to be. And then of course we do have this special banner. If you guys saw, this is going to be available for 2 weeks, and that is going to be for all of the legendaries to have a rate up. Okay, of course a lot of the legendaries, like the old ones like Sea Fairy, Frost Queen, Black Pearl, as well as Moonlight, and even like Wind Archer right now, are not used as much, but they are gonna have a rate up, which means that you still can pull for Stormbringer and some Fire Spirit, and not gonna have any special currency, just gonna be using crystals and cookie cutters. But again, 2 weeks, so only first half of the July update. We also do have some mini games coming out, which you guys were able to see throughout my video previously. Again, additional to all of that, we also do have more cake towers coming out, trays. So I believe up to tray 200 is coming out. We also do have Air Buster. We have some special events stories, and I believe the Golden Age of Trade is also coming back as well. All right, so that is going to be for the July update. A lot of things that were repeated from the previous video with just a little bit more specifics. So now moving on to the August update. August update is going to be more of the ones that, people have not really gotten too much information about before this live stream. All right, so the theme of the update, I don't know the exact translation of it, but it's going to be Merchants of the Unfamiliar Sea. All right, and this is going to be featuring 2 new cookies right over here. They're both going to be epics as well. The first one is going to be Shine Shell, as well as the second is going to be Sweet Bun Cookie. And what we have gotten is that Shine Shell is going to be a female, and Sweet Bun is going to be a male cookie, according to the PD, if you guys were interested in that information. All right, and then again, we are going to also have Lime as well as Grapefruit join in on that update of August. I'm not sure how the feature banner is going to work, but I'm going to guess that these are going to be in like the separate secondary banner, just like how we have with Cream Soda as of right now. And with the August update, the game mode that personally I really like, the game mode we had with the Black Pearl update as well as the Stardust update, and it's going to be the Fairway of Glory. All right, and you are going to be basically wanting to get as many coins as possible when you reach the end by selling and buying products. All right, and of course obtaining it throughout your voyage. So you're going to have this area where you're going to be able to go and sell, trade those kind of items, and they are going to have market prices depending on the island that you go. Your particular item is going to be selling for more or less, and also more or less when you guys purchase them. So that is going to be something that you want to keep an eye out for. So moving on are going to be the Captain cookies that we are also going to be having. They also do have specific skills and things, but these particular cookies are going to be familiar with the sea, and you are able to have these cookies join you in the voyage as your captain of the ship. Additional to that, we also are able to name the ship and have different costumes or skins for the ship as well. And these particular ships are going to be placed inside of your island right over here. And if you guys look at this ship right over here, that is going to be the ship that you will see in your voyage. All right, so that is what we have, which is actually really nice. We also do have some changes and balances coming to the tropical soda island. So it's not really too much of an expansion or anything like that. They did say they're going to work on it a little bit as time goes by, but it is going to be more for a balance change and to make it easier for the newer players who are joining in. So they are going to be decreasing the time of exploration to clear out those clouds, as well as decreasing the amount of materials you need to go and clear the clouds as well. And then we also do have some My Cookie contents as well in August. And so with the summer, we have the return of the My Cookie adventure. So they have added a smithy so that you are able to craft specific weapons you guys would like to. They have also added so that you are able to attack while moving now and change some hitboxes. They also did add this thing called like the adventure knowledge. It's kind of like any other games, like, you have these achievements. You have to fight certain monsters. You have to, clear certain stages and stuff like that. And then we also do have some more new items to farm as well. So they are adding and expanding on the My Cookie adventure. And here is the big part, guys, and that is gonna be the Might of the Beast. All right, I don't know exactly what the direct translation of this thing is, but we have the Might of the Beast. I asked the PD directly about this during my in-person interview with him when I went to Korea about 2 months ago. I am super glad that he have added these two, and then we are also going to be getting some information about their past selves. All right, of course, it is going to be the part 1 with Mystic Flower and Burning Spice first. Although these two particular cookies are not used greatly as they used to when they first were released, Mystic Flower is still a very good healer used inside of the arena as well, and also for the PvE stages. And Burning Spice is still a very strong cookie for a lot of the PvE stages, especially something like the Cake Tower. So it is going to be amazing for a lot of the beginning players as well as new players, as well as those players who just don't have a lot of promotion on these cookies, to go and choose whoever you want. If you already have them, you're going to get 20 soul stones. If you don't have them, you're going to unlock them and you'll have to complete different quests. If it's going to be same as the Might of the Ancient, to completely be able to use them freely, without restriction. All right, so that means that we most likely will have version 2, which will feature, I want to say, Shadow Milk and Eternal Sugar, or they might do it with Silent Salt as well. We'll have to see how it goes, but hey, they have added it, which is really nice. They also do have Mystic Flower themed castle as well as decors coming out as well. Not sure if they're going to be coming out with other ones as of right now. No talks of legendary costume for them. We also do have some expansion of the trials for the Crystal Gem farming. So extra levels are to be added for the month of August. We have some arcade arena and more town square games to be coming out, and other contents that are not finalized and were not shared. Now moving on to the September update. For the month of September, nothing really is finalized except for the direction of the story. So PD did say they brought it, but just keep in mind that nothing is set in stone. This is going to be more of a direct translation, but it is going to be called The Whisper from the Angel of Doom, or the Angel of the End. And it does look like it is going to be very closely tied with the Avatar of Destiny as well as the Saint Pastry Order. We also saw them being introduced during the Black Forest story, so we'll see how this one goes, but this is also going to be introducing a lot of lore for the next updates to come leading up to the end with Dark Enchantress. Alright, we also do have some concept of some new cookies as well, and we also do have some concept images as well. And with the September update, we are going to be getting some guild changes. Again, these are not set in stone, so he did specifically say that he's still going to be looking at a lot of the feedbacks and change things if necessary. So first of all, is going to be the limitation of higher rarities inside of the guild boss battle. This is going to allow a lot of the epic cookies to push back into the meta of the guild boss battles and change a bit of the comps. So something like, for example, the Red Velvet Dragon teams, where sometimes Shadow Milk as well as Eternal Sugar are used at the same time, that is going to change, where you probably will only use Shadow Milk alone. Alright, and also additional to that, they are going to be adding more tiers for the guild boss battle. This before you guys complain, it's gonna be a very good thing. The reason why I say this is because right now the division of the ranks are absolutely whack. All right, it's like top 1 through 10 is gonna be Grandmaster 1, up to top 30 is gonna be Grandmaster 2, and then everybody down is gonna be Grandmaster 3. So anybody really in Grandmaster 3, you know, don't want to try, because it just makes no sense for them to try when it's just that much competitive to get into Grandmaster 2 with the time and effort that they need to put in. So for that, they are going to be adding some new tiers, like how they added the elite tier for the arena. However, they're adding it to be on top of Grandmaster 1, but just realize that the requirements to get to those top ranks are going to be kept the same. So if your guild is already in Grandmaster 1, then you most likely will just be in the top rank, and then they might just make it so that top 0.5% of the entire guilds are going to be Grandmaster 1, and then like top 1% is going to be Grandmaster 2, and then top 1.5% are going to be Grandmaster 3, which just allows you to get more crystals and also reward those really competitive and try hard players to get compensated for their work. And also, I gotta say, a lot of the competitive guilds do spend a lot of money on this game, so that is another way to kind of reward them for their sacrifice. Alright, so that is going to be taking place. So they're also going to be trying to balancing out the damages being dealt right now. So you guys can see right here, this is currently what it is. The Living Abyss damage is absolutely off the chart, with Dragon following and the Avatar of Destiny at the very end. Alright, so right now they are going to be trying to balance it out so that you are able to do even damage on all of them. I don't know how that's going to take place. But we also do have changes like this, where instead of you receiving 3 tickets every single day, you're going to receive 18 tickets on the first day, and you'll just have to go and clear those tickets out during your own time. They also did say they're going to try and add a time jumper feature to the guild boss battles. I don't know how this is going to work. It's a very sensitive topic, so I do want to see what the damage number is going to be. Is it going to be your last, run, or is it going to be your best run? What is it going to be? We'll have to see how that works. They're going to change some of the effects that are going to be taking place, and we also do have some team presets which are going to be really good, so that you don't need to be scrambling for your toppings and tarts and biscuits and changing up your teams for every single time. Like little things changes and you want to test out different things. Alright, we also do have some concept for a new 4th boss for the guild boss battle, and it is going to be a steampunk machine type of boss with a little bit of a different concept of doing multiple hits on different parts. Alright, so we'll see how that one goes, but they did have a system that they're in work in progress as well, where with 4 different bosses, they're going to have it where one season, you're going to probably just have like one boss sit out, and then they're going to have 3 bosses and do a rotation like that. Don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see how this turns out. They're also trying to do some changes and balances for the guild related things as well, but this is all to be determined later down the line. And also they are trying to add a new guild content, and it is going to be where they want to do 3 different directions. It's not set in stone, but 3 different experiences that they want to include, and that is going to be the whole guild participation, as well as where individual participation of the guild members are going to be needed, as well as new experiences for the guilds to play, so that you're able to get more rewards from it. Alright, so we'll see how that one goes, but they also did say that the rework for Seafary's Crystal Gem is coming. Along with it, they are going to also look at the previously released Crystal Gems for someone like Black Pearl, Frost Queen, Moon Knights, to possibly buff them up, balance them out, so that they can be used in further stages, especially in the newer stages that are to come out. So we'll see how that one goes, but they are going to start out with Seafary. Alright, so again, we have some new events as well as new epic cookies to be determined and come out and released for the month of September. So as of right now, that is pretty much what we have, but here is a quick wrap up. This is all in Korean, so just if you guys want to use Google Translate for it. But here is the big information. We actually did not get an information exactly regarding Millennial Tree, Silent Salt, or White Lily. However, it does seem like the order of things might change from what I personally thought it's gonna be. Originally, I thought it's gonna be Millennial Tree with Silent Salt and White Lily, but according to the PD, Silent Salt is to be released in the end of September. And that means that White Lily is gonna follow in most likely end of October or mid-October, probably like 4 weeks after. And then with it, in about, I want to say November is gonna be when Millennial Tree is gonna be released, with most likely a Christmas filler update, and then leading up to the New Year's and the anniversary of Cookie Run Kingdom, finalizing the story with the release of Dark Enchantress for the Beasties episodes. So as of right now, that is what we have. More informations are going to be that Silent Salt is not going to be silent, going to be, you know, talking inside of the story because of the role that he does have for the story, and he is going to be a male. He did hint towards the, you know, possibility of the helmet coming off and the face reveal of Silent Salt. We'll have to see how that one goes. But as of right now, that is what we have. Millennial Tree does seem like he is going to be coming out as the last legendary of 2025, as the last high rarity of 2025 as well. He did say that Millennial Tree is going to be having a very, very important story for this arc. So we'll see how it goes. But that is pretty much what we have gotten. And of course, we do have the coupon code that I did share with you guys already. But yeah, that is the entire wrap up of the live stream that he did for about an hour. And honestly, I had a blast looking at it together with you guys. I will be doing more of these, you know, whenever he does these. And also, hopefully in the near future again, if I have the opportunity, I would love to go and meet him again and do another interview for you guys and for the EN side of the community especially. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about the upcoming updates for July, August, as well as September. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow with the first summer update featuring Lemon along with Marshmallow Bunny and Stormbringer's Crystal Jam. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you then.